Hi everyone, Michelle Melendez with blossominnerwellness.com and standtogetherhawaii.com. I'm going to be talking about two things. I know there's a ton of things going on in the world, but I'm telling you right now, our power is local. That's where our power is. So if you guys, again, look at your general plan, go to ChatGPT, put in what are the constitutional amendments that your county's general plan is violating and see if there's anything there. Ours is absolutely communist. I mean, oh my gosh, it's bad. So I'm going to be showing you guys two things. First, we're going to talk about the Hawaii, the Big Islands General Plan 2045 that will be, and one of the council members said this, that will be the law of the land, is basically what she said in the last meeting. This plan will be the law of the land. So we've got to get this right, and we've got to take a stand against the communist things that are in this bill. So I am going to show you guys the affidavit slash petition that we can send. Now, if you don't have a lot of time and you don't want to go get your affidavit notarized, you can just email it to the county council members. However, if you live on the Big Island and you really want them to see how serious we are, then I really highly recommend that you print out these affidavits and you at least minimum get it notarized 3 times. One, we're going to send to the chair, Heather Kimball, the county council chair member, and then also your district's council member, wherever you live on the Big Island, your district's council member. And then I am getting there is a legal advice for the county council members, and I'm getting their contact information so we can send it to them too, and these legal lawyers or whatever can see this affidavit slash petition. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And I highly recommend that the more of us that actually print this affidavit out, sign it, get it notarized, go to the mailbox, get return receipt, which is only about $3. Return receipt. It's that green card. That's the cheapest way to make sure that they have gotten it and received it. And do that as soon as you can. We have until the beginning of next year. So this is going to be going. This is a process. I'm going to keep telling you guys, keep doing this. Because the more of us that do this, and we need numbers, we need them to see the people are not for this plan. We want it revised. So the last meeting was amazing. So many people gave so many great testimonies, but they kept moving this plan through. They are working to revise it. So I think we have a chance, you guys. I really believe we do. But we all have to take a step for this. So you can go to standtogetherhawaii.com, or actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link for the affidavit slash petition in the description. And then you just click on that, download it, or just click on it as a PDF and send it, email it to, in fact, I'll show you guys where to email it to. Let me do screen share. You guys can email it to, here we go. Oral testimony, council remote testimony at hawaii.county.gov. Okay, wait. Oh, that's oral. Sorry. Written public testimony. You can send this affidavit slash petition if you just want to email it and you don't want to get it notarized and go the extra mile. That's okay. You can email it to counciltestimony@hawaiicounty.gov. I'll put that also in the description. Email it to counciltestimony@hawaiicounty.gov for the Hawaii General Plan. And let me read this affidavit slash petition to revise the Hawaii County General Plan 2045. And this is to the honorable members of the Hawaii County Council. It has all their members. So if you don't print it out, you can just sign it, just send it this way, and just send it like this and say this is from me, whatever, that's fine. But I'm going to print mine out, I'm going to get it notarized, and I'm going to send it to my county council chair, Heather Kimball, my council member for my district, as well as their legal counsel. I am going to put their contact information in the description as well. So I'm trying to make this as easy as possible for everybody. The undersigned is being fully duly sworn hereby respectfully submit this affidavit/petition in strong opposition to the adoption of the implementation of the Hawaii County General Plan 2045 herein after the plan. It is in its current form. This is not abstract political objection. It is grounded, heartfelt call to protect the land, values, and people of this island, and from unintended consequences, systemic overreach embedded in the plan's current structure. We ask that you approach this petition not as a disruption, but as a vital check-in, a moment to pause and consider whether the direction being charted truly reflects the will, rights, and welfare of those you were elected to serve. And I do have to say thank you, Mahalo Nui Loa, to Joey, who he was a lawyer, and he's the one that took my 10-page affidavit and shortened it into this 3-pager. So he's amazing. He's the one that did this. This is his draft. Executive summary. The General Plan 2045 includes sweeping zoning designations, vague terminology, and proposed policy shifts that risk undermining constitutional protections, traditional land use, and community autonomy. Chief among these concerns are reclassification of important ag lands to vaguely defined natural category. What the heck does that mean? Those of you who own land that's designated important ag and it's going to turn to natural, that means you're going to still pay taxes on it, not be able to farm, have limited use on that land, but you're going to still pay taxes on it. That's what that means, you guys. Lack of clarity, transparency, and meaningful engagement in the planning process, disproportionate impacts on rural, Native Hawaiian, and small farming communities, incorporation of foreign planning paradigms that are misaligned with local governance structures, increase regulatory burdens that may hinder food security, economy independence, and cultural practices. So this is what we're sending. This is the affidavit/petition. We ask that you delay adoption of the plan pending independent legal community review and make substantive revisions to protect our rights and ensure lawful, equitable development. Core concerns: property right land use designation. The plan proposes converting vast areas of important ag land into natural zones. However, this term remains undefined and unexplained. The impact: landowners risk losing, what did I just say? Landowners risk using landowners risk losing viable use of their land, whether for housing, agriculture, fencing, or water access, while continuing to bear taxes and legal responsibility on that land. This may constitute a regulatory taking under state and federal law with no clear compensatory mechanism. Okay, that is a violation of the Constitution. The regulatory taking, that's a violation of the Constitution. And here is a cited case, such as Lucas versus South Carolina Coastal Council and Penn Central versus New York State, New York. The land use regulations must not deprive owners of economic benefit without due process and fair compensation by these standards. That was a court case. So we're citing a court case that shows this is a violation of the Constitution. So good. The next one is due process transparency. The plan's terminology: resilience hubs, urban containment, natural resource management areas, lacks precise definitions and measurable criteria. So many parts in this general plan that are supposed to, that make the general plan is going to be the law of the land. So many parts of it are so vague. Vague language breeds arbitrary enforcement, legal uncertainty, and public confusion, no doubt. Moreover, the planning platform used has reportedly excluded large segments of our community, especially Kapuna and rural residents unfamiliar with digital systems. So what that means is that this plan the people who are the kapuna, the people who are the older generation who don't really use can really understand sometimes a computer, this general plan was really hard to understand. Like, it's so vague. Not only is it vague, but the website was like, had so much. And so what we're saying is this excluded a large segment of our community to really grasp what this plan is all about. The next one is cultural and customary rights. Rezoning without rigorous community consultation jeopardizes constitutional protected rights. Yep. Particularly for Native Hawaiians who rely on land for customary practices. The plan does not adequately ensure these rights are preserved, especially in the light of kapa. Okay, I'm not going to try to say that. Land use. This was another court case, and which requires comprehensive analysis of impacts and traditional uses. So that was another court case, and it shows basically that you can't do this. This is not constitutional. So we are backing up our affidavit with actual court cases. So that's really good. A special concern is Pu'u Ohua, a sacred burial site slated for residential development. That's horrible. The council must not allow this plan to move forward while it threatens irreplaceable cultural heritage. Very true. This is in the affidavit, you guys. Overreach of outside influences. Here's the UN Agenda 21, 20, and 30. The plan echoes language and structure found in international policy frameworks such as UN Agenda 21 and Agenda 2030. While sustainability is an admirable goal, these top-down models do not reflect Hawaii's unique legal traditions or cultural context. Several states, including Tennessee and Maine, have taken steps to prevent foreign influence on domestic policies. We urge Hawaii County to do the same. They actually had bills that stated they're not going to use the UN agenda. So partnerships with non-elected stakeholders, non-governmental organizations, and corporations should not override public oversight. The erosion of public consent, even when unintentional, cannot be brushed aside in a democracy. And that, I'm going to change that to in a republic, because we are a republic. But yeah. Okay, energy policy and electric vehicles. This was very important, I thought. And isn't it interesting that the Hawaii Matson cargo ships are no longer going to be shipping electric vehicles? The plan, because of the dangers of the fires. The plan includes provisions encouraging mandatory electric vehicle adoption while downplaying documented safe concerns. Maritime carriers have ceased electric vehicle shipments due to fire risk from lithium batteries. Major litigation, and here's another court case, Riley versus Tesla, further highlights unresolved hazards. Public policy may consider both safety and practicality, especially in regions lacking infrastructure for electric vehicle use. That's true, because it just said for regions lacking infrastructure. Our infrastructure here on Big Island is already tapped. We sometimes get outages for 5 to 6 hours. And now they're wanting everybody to have an electric vehicle. I mean, that's insane. So this was really good, especially in regions lacking infrastructure for EV use. The right to travel freely must be preserved for all, not just those who can afford adoption. So that's good. We're almost there. This is page 3, the last page, you guys. Community impact and unanswered questions. The cumulative impact of the plan, if adopted without reservation, is not theoretical. Will property owners lose the right to house relatives of farm small plots? Will landowners be taxed for land they can no longer use? What remedies exist for mapping errors, which there was a mapping error that changed residential to, I believe it was conservation, which means the state owns it. So, I mean, oh my gosh, so bad. What remedies exist for mapping errors that have already mislabeled parcels, which is what I just shared? How will local customs and food security be preserved if land use is redefined from above? This plan was over a decade in the making, but the duration of planning does not excuse the erosion of consent. Planning should evolve with and through the community, not simply over it. And then this one is relief and request. We therefore respectfully petition the Hawaii County Council to pause the adoption of the general plan until a full legal, constitutional, and community impact review is conducted. Define the term of natural resilient hubs and other policy language with legal clarity. Disclose parcel level zoning changes potentially impacts in plain language, because this thing is so confusing. Ensure full community engagement, especially for rural and underserved populations. Reject policy frameworks derived from foreign models unless adopted through informed democratic means. Safeguard traditional and substantive uses of land for Native Hawaiian and local residents. Investigate and correct mapping errors prior to implementation. This one's important, complete a community development plan for Hilo before county-wide changes proceed. Avoid adding new regulatory burdens without proportional benefit or public support, and remove language mandating favoring electric vehicles until safe, equity, and infrastructure issues are fully addressed. I love that one. Last one is accountability and reminder of public trust. Hello. While this affidavit petition is respectful, it is also urgent. If this plan proceeds in its current form, council members may face legal challenges and ethical consequences. Public office is a trust, not a title. I love that one. Public office is a trust, not a title. That's very good. Thank you, Joey. Disregarding clearly stated constitutional objectives could expose officials to personal liability, ethical investigation, and loss of public confidence. We invite you to prove that local government still works, that when people raise valid concerns, their representatives listen, because in the end, it is not in the process that justifies the outcome. It is the integrity of those who steer it. Let's get it right. And again, this was revised by Joey, and I believe his last name is Sapp. Amazing attorney with aloha and civil respect. So again, that's the affidavit I'm going to be submitting. You have a couple options. You can just download it as a PDF, send it in to all of the county councils members before Tuesday, July 29th, this coming Tuesday, 9 a.m. Hilo side will be the next meeting for the Hawaii General Plan. So please do that. If you're listening on the Voice of Kona and it's past July 29th, again, we have until the beginning of the year where this process is going to keep moving forward around this general plan. And we're going to be there at every single meeting and keep sending in this affidavit and sending it to their legal counsel. All of that is in the description. And you guys listening on the radio, Voice of Kona Radio or Sovereign Radio, you can go to standtogetherhawaii.com, join the email list, standtogetherhawaii.com, click on Hawaii GP. That's where all this information is going to be. So you'll have the PDF, you can just email it. I'll have all the emails for all the county council members. If you're going to do the printing it out, getting it notarized, mail it in, I'll have the email, the address for you to do that. So I do want to go over, I think I'll stop this video here and then we'll do the Hawaii Law 427 with the new biosecurity. It's really bad. That one's really bad. The great thing is it's absolutely against the Constitution, which makes it null and void, but we do have to make a stand for that. So I will do another video on that. And also, my Blossom Inner Wellness program has been updated, and I want to show you guys that because if you are someone who, where is it at? Here we go. If you're somebody who wants to do, there's a free Freedom School for free regular members. There's the Truth About COVID. There's also, I can't say too much about that. I hope that doesn't get my thing booted. Anyway, there's also Be Fit with Love workout program, Inner Circle, Hawaii 5-day meditation, decoding the Bible, and then getting discounts on Hawaii retreat, to parasite detox, and emotional trauma integration program is coming next month. Emotional trauma integration program. So you guys can go to blossominnerwellness.com, blossominnerwellness.com, and join the free private membership. It's free with the regular program. You get the Freedom School, and then that. And then if you want to go deeper with my work, you can do a paid program. So that will support me. It'll support the work that I do. And yeah, let's have some fun with the workouts as well, because I do lots of online workouts. Okay, prayer time. Infinite creator of all things. This is a total game. This is a total game. And what's so amazing about our imagination is we really don't understand the absolute power of imagining the world the way we want it to be. That changes the frequency, that brings into reality the life we want. So, Great Spirit, we see right now that not only are all the Hawaii Islands free, living in the most amazing time, but all the mainland, all of the United States of America, all Canada, all Mexico, all Europe, UK, China, Australia, Africa, New Zealand, we call all the entire planet as free, that all people matter, that our children are safe, and that those who do not value human life, who do not value people's private property, who do not value the Constitution, the uh, the Constitution, the Declaration of Rights, that they are bound. They are bound by this amazing, beautiful white light of unconditional love. We bind them, that their hearts be turned to doing what is right for the people, or peaceably removing themselves from office and peaceably removing themselves from the islands. We see a governor that values people. We first, more than corporations. We see a county council that values the smallest person here on the islands, the people that live in the rural areas that don't really want anything to do with government. They just want to live their lives in peace. We see our county council members standing for them first and foremost, for all of the people on the Big Island. We see all county council members on every area, that they stand for the people first. We call that fourth great spirit. What life would be like if government stood for people over money, stood for living men and living women that have unalienable rights under you, Great Spirit. They stood for them over corporate greed, money, power. What would that feel like? It would feel amazing. We call that feeling forth now in our bodies. We see this world as people waking up, excited to be alive, to do what they love to do, knowing that their family is kept safe. We call it forth now that people feel confident in those that have took a stand of service through legislation, through the government, that people know that they are trustworthy because they are. They're doing what is right for the people, the living men and women under you, Great Spirit. We know that in reality, these people who put forth these bills and these laws, they have no power over us, because we are under you, Great Spirit, not under this communist regime. So we know our power. We stand in our power. We know what is right. We do what is right, not what is easy, what our heart tells us what to do. Great Spirit, thank you so much that we get to watch this game and this movie unfold that will show a better world. And we take our action. We send these emails. We get things notarized. We get them in the mail. We take a stand in whatever way our heart tells us. And we trust that that is enough, because it is. Thank you so much, Great Spirit. We get to watch as freedom and peace come to these islands and around the world. And so it is. Sending you so much aloha from the Big Island, and standtogetherhawaii.com. And if you want to support my work, if you want to have access to my decoding the Bible, 5-day Hawaii meditation, Be Fit with Love workout programs, my inner circle, please go to blossominnerwellness.com. All right, you guys, aloha.